talking about North Korea. Unless you've been living under a rock, North Korea has kind of been a little cray-cray lately.
Gonna attack us.
Brianna calls them
North Kray.
North Cray-Cray.
Yes.
Spelled with a K because it's punny. So Kim Jong-un is the leader of North Korea. In fact, they call him the supreme leader of North Korea. And he is age 30, and he's a little power hungry lately. Wouldn't you say so?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So we've been hearing a lot about North Korea lately. They are going a little bit crazy with their missile testing. They have tested nuclear bombs underground, resulting in a 5.1 earthquake. And they have been moving missiles to the coast, which allows us to presume that North Korea will be testing their missiles, most likely on South Korea, very soon. Alrighty, well, a little history lesson. We're going to go back to the Korean War with Lexi. Go ahead, Lexi. Talk about the Korean War back in the 50s.
That was hell. Basically,
The war never ended.
yeah, the war didn't ever technically end because there wasn't ever a treaty that was reached. It just kind of stopped.
They had the Korean armistice. The Korean armistice, which North Korea recently said is null and void, so yay! Not really, just kidding.
No, so they're like still mad at us, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about it history-wise, it kind of makes sense. So what happened was North Korea was, communist-backed and was supported by China, and we backed South Korea because we were so anti-communist, if you know your history lessons. And so then that stopped, and now we're still on their list. So they're a little annoyed with us at the moment.
Scary.
Still, after 50 years.
And considering China is happy with the way that all of Eastern Asia is right now being at peace, they are refusing to get involved with it, so thank God.
Well, China's kind of been backing up, kind of going, all right, North Korea, calm down a bit. But it all depends on what China does, because right now it's believed that North Korea does not have the technology available to actually conduct a nuclear bomb or any missile strike.
Well, that's what everyone says, but technically we don't know what they're capable of doing. We could be just underestimating them, and they could come at us and could be screwed.
Yeah, we never know. But then again, we don't want to jump into a war, kind of like, the Iraq War. We kind of jumped in there and we were like, oh, Iraq has weapons of mass destruction. And then
So we're
a decade later,
them.
LOL, JK.
Just kidding.
A pointless war.
So we don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
Because, that never ended well for us, and now we're in a huge debt, and wars are expensive.
Yeah.
Very much so. Basically what's going on is that North Korea is claiming that U.S. is too big of like a threatening power down upon all the other countries, and because the war never technically ended there, they don't necessarily have a reason not to attack us, but they don't have a very good reason to do so, considering, personally, I think that the furthest that they could get, if at all possible, would maybe be Seattle, if they're lucky.
Oh, not even.
No,
Not even.
exactly.
Like Alaska, top notch.
Like the probably just the bottom
But
islands of
who would
Alaska.
hit Alaska? Because
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
it's pretty though.
It's gorgeous.
My family's there, they died.
Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry, Brenda.
I'm serious.
We gotta get all the famous people out of LA just in case.
Oh, I know.
James Franco, yes.
And North Korea did say that we influenced them, so that's why they.
Well, I think what Dick Cheney said kind of sums it up, which was, quote, "We are in deep doo-doo," end quote, with North Korea.
Because they're on serious terms. They mean bad.
Right, even if they don't have the technology,
Exactly.
they're still pretty genuine about their
And
hatred
they hate
toward
us. They have propaganda videos that say kill all Americans.
And they have this like Hans Zimmer type music playing in the background. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean-esque, and it's pretty scary. Well, not
Funny.
scary, but like kind of entertaining. Like Fall of Olympus. Like, you know that trailer for that movie that's kind of like big explosions and everything. It looks like that.
I mean, we should take this serious. It's kind of funny how they are serious about it, and we're just like, well, we don't know. So,
Well, North Korea has had a history of like kind of being, hey, we're gonna attack you now.
And then, just kidding, we're not actually going to because you're scary.
Well. Have you guys seen that picture where it's like Kim Jong-un, eat a Snickers? You get a little nuclear terrorist when you're hungry, and then he turns into Psy, which is funny. I don't. But experts have been saying that it's very unlikely that they do have the technology to actually, make it. And then the U.S. has one in Guam, so even if they did get a missile off the ground, it'd be not a very long life for it.
Poor missile.
yeah, and we have
Oh gosh.
and we have flew B-52s over North Korea, so
Which is kind of making them a little more
yeah,
off.
they think that that's like a threat, but there is that also. So
Being as though they are a threat, CNN's poll says that 41% of Americans see North Korea as an immediate threat, as opposed to, just chill out.
Well, do you guys think it's an immediate threat?
No.
Well, I mean, like, I see how they have had a history of doing this, but never at this extent where they're actually putting missiles on the coast and getting them ready and doing nuclear tests underground. So I think it's something that we need to pay attention to, but not, go all Iraq war on them. And we don't have the money right now.
well, maybe that's why they're doing it. So they'll charge us more taxes, so then they have more money. You don't know.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so I don't know.
Well, it's all these crazy thoughts you can think of.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Oh, conspiracies.
That's another day, though.
Yeah.
We'll get into that eventually, I promise.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to North Korea.
North Kray.
North Kray. We don't necessarily have any information on when they are assuming that they're going to do all of these bombings on the United States.
Well, actually, they said they were going to do that on April 10th, which is today for us. But technically, it's time zone, that's tomorrow, so 11th for us on the West Coast.
But also, they say that they like to do their attacks during anniversaries. Like, and their next big one coming up is on Monday. So
Do you know what the anniversary is?
it's one of the like, what do they have there? Like senator or something?
Senator.
I have
Supreme leader?
Something like that.
Okay, that's something we're not
Is it like their birthday or like anniversary?
Yeah. I don't remember. I forgot that, but yeah. So
Well, I think it's interesting that, U.S. admirals and different people within the defense part of the government have been saying that North Korea is actually a threat. So I think it's something that we have to pay attention to, but then again, let's not go crazy.
I know.
You don't fight crazy with crazy, ladies and gentlemen.
No. Just have a whole bunch of food stocked up just in case. Just saying.
Yeah, don't be like North Korea. See, this is a thing I think we also have to think about is North Korea is so dedicated to their nuclear system that the people are literally starving and eating their children. True story, not an exaggeration. That's actually happening.
That's really sad.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
And, like, could you imagine living in North Korea?
No.
No,
Especially as a white person.
Because they hate us. Like,
Hate
honestly.
so much.
Well, no, like, imagine you actually were Korean and
Oh.
you were living in North Korea.
Yeah, they would treat me like crap.
When the leader who died recently, Kim Jong-il, died, they would shoot you if they didn't think you were crying hard enough at the funeral parade, the progression of, yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Cool.
So I think that the general consensus here is that we just have to wait and see, not go crazy, and just wait and see what happens next. But until then, we want to know what you're thinking about North Korea. So tell us down in the comments below, and we will read them and hopefully respond. Please check out our Twitter page we just created, SaxonWrapUp. Follow that. We'll be posting new news stories as we get them there, so you can get the news fast. But until next week, I'm Zoe Havercost.
I'm Lexi Liebert.
And I'm Brown Hosso.
Bye!